Whenever you decide to move a facility, some people will be happy where it goes and some people won't. We've estimated that at least 20 of the full-time employees, maybe 30, won't make the move, so those will be immediate hires that we have to do. And we've been holding the bar on hiring in the temporary employees because so many of them take GRADA, or they're dropped off by spouse, or they walk or take a bike, and we didn't really think it was right to hire them just to, have them not be able to make the move. So right now we're carrying at any time, maybe a low of 50, a high of 100 temporary employees, and probably I'd say about 50 of those will probably be immediate hires once we come up here as well. So you could see, as many as 80 new immediate jobs, but ongoing will be probably 225 as it stands today, and then as we grow through there. So we're excited. It's been a long time. I just looked in my email. It's November 7th, 2013, when we first heard rumors there might be a building available up here. So it's been a long process. Thank you, Tad, for helping us along the way here and there. Appreciate it. So I don't know if anybody has any questions. I know it's been a little bit long meeting so far. So.
Mr. Mayor, how many years growth can you foresee in this new building?
As we did in our other building, we bought it with room to grow in there. Right now, the building has about just shy of 400,000 square feet, and when we move in, there'll be 100,000 square feet that will be room for us to grow. However, 3 years ago, we decided to get into the food packaging business. We hadn't done a lot, so we're doing a lot now. One of our largest customers is Meijer. If you go buy a pre-made salad, if you buy big bulk cookies, it's in a new squared off container. Pineapple cups, yogurt cups,
Pastries.
We're just getting into that as well. 4 years ago, we had virtually nothing in the food market. Today, the food is about 35% of our business, and it's growing like crazy.
So would you anticipate, if you fill up the other 100,000 square feet, that you would continue to operate here and open another operation somewhere else, or would you want
I heard the city owns about 20 acres right next to 650 West.
You're right, and
that would be accurate.
Wolverine has an option on that at one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's plans in place.
It would stay local because our biggest food customers now are local. We do a lot of local business. We have national business. We have a small plant in Riverside, California. There's about 20 employees there. Manufacturing only, all administrative, engineering, CAD. We have a tool and die shop. We have 27 individuals. That's all staying here. We're a family-run company. We're homebodies, born and raised in Rockford and Cedar and Sparta. This is our whole family is up around here, so this is home.
Right.
Is that an injection molding process?
Similar. The machines are about the same size, but it's called thermoforming.
Okay.
And rather than taking pellets of plastic, we get in rolls of plastic, and it gets molded in the machine, heated, and sucked down over the mold. So it's very similar.
Yeah.
And we are bringing along another company called Foremost Communication. They're a printer that we've aligned with. They're a family-run company as well, headquartered in Walker. They've been around since the Depression. So they'll be bringing another 20 to 30 jobs. They've already signed a lease with us to be in that building. They're currently leasing in our current facility, and they've agreed to continue leasing the new facility.
I'm going to be looking for work. Do you have any applicants?
That's not retirement, Bob. Playtag.com. So there's some openings right now there, yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, new business. Item number B, we removed from the agenda. That's the snow removal from Main Street. Mother Nature has taken care of that problem
Great
for us.
fun.
Thank you. Item C, motion to, go ahead, Mr. Manager.
We have a motion to approve purchase of soft points for condition meter in the amount not to exceed $2,177, and I'm available to expand on it, answer any questions you might have.
I have a question.
A motion and a
Mr.
second.
Mr. Mayor, may I make a motion to approve the purchase of software in support from Michigan Meter in an amount not to exceed $2,177.
Second?
We have a support and second. Mr. Stressman, would you speak to this? And this is next one, excuse me.
So, approximately how many man hours would you say you put into having people going around reading the water meters? Oh, was that a mouthful? Am I really wrong?
I can answer that.
That's really not relevant to the software, but anyway, it's probably 4 days, one person, 4 days.
Then perhaps I misunderstood. I understood that this software would be able to take the place of that person who would
Eventually.
eventually. So we're working toward that.
Yeah, what the software does is it interfaces with our BSNA software and it allows us to bill out the new meters instead of hand entering the reads into the old census software, which we'll still use because we have census meters in the system. Now we have these meters in the system that don't interface with the old system. So we need the software to basically, one side is going to read the census meters and put it in the BSA. The other side is going to read these meters and put it in this BSA, and then bills go out.
Okay, so it's a step toward
Yeah,
people not having to go out.
we're another 4 years down the road till we're complete.
Okay, that was my only question.
Any other questions in this discussion? Hearing none. I'll do a roll call vote because this pertains to Monday. Mrs. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Truesdale? Yes. Mrs. Powell?
Yes.
Mrs. Nixon?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes?
Ms. Sol votes yes. Motion carries. Thank you, Tom. Next item is Tom's in the hot seat. Go ahead.
Just that we're looking to, for council to approve an agreement with our engineering firm in an amount not to exceed $5,700 so they can do the engineering work necessary so we can do a repaving project on Beach Street.
Would you like a motion, Mr. Mayor?
For discussion, yes.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to approve an engineering agreement with Fishbeck, Thompson, Carr, and Huber for the resurfacing of Beach Street in an amount not to exceed $5,700.
Support. Got the support. Bob. Okay. Any questions in this section regarding this? Mrs.
I have
Powell?
a question, and so does Perrywood. Now, Beach Street is going to be just West Beach Street or East Beach Street, the whole street?
It's Beach Street between Main and First Street.
Right here next to the Legion.
And that's all, that's as far as it's going?
Yes. We will have, there's actually another section in there. Beach Street is the big one, that's why we're calling it the Beach Street resurfacing. But the other one, that's Beach Street, we have $105,000 in budget to redo that. We also have $35,000 in local funds, local street funds. And we're going to use that on Elm Street between the trail and 2nd Street because that is on our PASER rating is basically non-existent.
Just like rubble.
Yeah. So that's in with that project, but I was hoping to mill and fill Beach Street, but it's so far gone we can't do that. We have to re-engineer it and take the whole thing out and put the whole thing back.
Mr. Perry?
Yeah, the sidewalk stuff, is that different than the street paving?
Correct.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Clark.
Tom, I looked at that street. Now, that's an extra wide street, is it not?
Yes.
Am I wrong there, that section? Is that just parking on one side?
That'd be parking on both sides. That'd be
Parking on
exactly
both
the way it
sides.
is right now.
Okay. So the main part of the work has to be done in the middle. So it has a high crown or something. What do they have to do after they get the asphalt out of there to...
Actually, what they have to do first is soil borings to see what's in there, see what kind of material's in there, whether we have to remove it or not.
Do you anticipate we will?
Probably.
probably.
Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot of base left there, so we're gonna have to take it way down, put base in, and
How thick is the base they put in? Is it a big aggregate or some kind of stone? Or?
yeah, it's usually a 12-inch base,
Okay.
which is road gravel, basically, for better word.
And now the layers of lifts they're going to fit in, will they put 1, 2, or 3 asphalt lifts in there?
Usually 2.
2?
Yeah, you usually have a base and then a surface,
So how thick will the asphalt end up?
4 inches.
4 inches. How much is that going to cost us?
$100,000.
It's going to cost all of it.
Yeah.
It's already done.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none. I'll do a roll call vote because it pertains to money. Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Truesdale?
Yes.
Mrs. Nixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Powell?
Yes.
Mrs. Conlon?
Yes.
And Mr. Hall votes yes. Motion carries. Thank you, Tom. Go ahead.
Next, for council's consideration is an issue from the fire department. We have to annually test our air pants, the flow test. And there's only one authorized dealer in the state, and it's Douglas Safety, and they quoted us amount not to exceed $1,800. And again, this is an annual requirement for those tests.
Would you like a motion, Mr. Mayor?
Okay, for discussion purposes, we need a motion.
Motion to approve, I would like to make a motion to approve maintenance cost to flow test ISI Viking air packs for the fire department from Douglas Safety in an amount not to exceed $1,800.
Support.
Support. Moved and supported. Discussion.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Chief, Fire Chief, isn't this something you basically have to do like every year?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what I
OSHA
thought.
mandates that we have that flow tested yearly. NFPA is a guideline.
Sure.
OSHA mandates, so.
This
we're
is one of
ju-
those
we're just-
thou must.
We have done this for the last several years, and it's just a matter of formality to get council's approval to spend this amount of money to have
Sure.
that done.
Okay, just clarifying, because I thought I remembered this being a,
This is
Yeah,
all,
Thanks.
it's been something that's been done for several years.
and it's a thou must.
Pardon me?
It's a thou must,
Yes.
standpoint.
according to the higher ups.
This is the
Yes.
proprietary also.
Yeah,
Somewhere comes in,
That's why
thou
we-
shall.
right, it's a thou shalt, thou must.
Yeah.
The fine for not doing is much more.
Exactly.
Mrs. Powell?
How many air packs do we have?
We have 23 air packs and one extra face piece that is a small for the couple of individuals that's on the department that cannot wear and properly fit a regular face piece. So we have like 23 air packs plus the one extra, for a total of 24.
Is that my understanding, the reason why we have to approve this for you is because it's over 600, so you can't do it yourself?
Correct.
Yes. Well, there's monies in the budget for this that was earmarked for it, but it's just a matter of being over my
Spending limit.
allowed amount that I bring before the council.
Okay, any other further discussion? Hearing none. It pertains to money. I'll do a roll call vote. Mrs. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Truesdale?
Yes.
Mrs. Powell?
Yes.
Mrs. Nixon?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins, excuse me.
Yes.
Sorry. Mr. Clark?
Yeah?
Mr. Hall votes yes. Motion carries. Thank you.
May I make just one final comment? I would like to thank the fire chief for making sure all these I's get dotted and these T's get crossed, and having had the privilege of going into a burning building on one occasion with the fire chief, needing one of those smaller face masks. I am grateful that he stays on top of this and makes sure that our folks are safe.
Well, I could stand in front of the council and spend a couple $1,000 a whole lot easier than I can go to Mr. Detlof's wife and tell him he's in the hospital because one of our face pieces failed.
Amen.
Absolutely. And we appreciate that too, Brett.
Thank you, Marty.
Moving along, item F.
For council's consideration is the motion to approve a quote from Rockford Floor Covering to replace the tile in the back hallway, also other areas in City Hall, in the amount of $2,540.75. Tom Stressman's here if you have any questions.